Hello everybody, I am Conquering History Games, and welcome back to part 3 of my Ordensstaat Burgund campaign here in Hearts of Iron 4, The New Order. Now, I've consulted with some people in regards to how the decision stuff here works in Burgundy. And it's my understanding that it could be treacherous, and this combined with some other situations that are going to happen later, especially in the first about 3 to 4 years of the campaign, could possibly lead to just effing up the whole save file. So it seems to be broadly understood that everybody's going to save scum at some point during Burgundy. So what I'll probably do is, if something happens and I get the game over screen, I'll either then just continue from the previous save file and maybe just keep that recording in so you guys can see what went wrong, or I might just stop the recording, delete it, restart from the save file, and then do it correctly the second time. I usually don't do that with my pre-recorded series. I know I sometimes will do that on live streams, but live streams are more casual, and I'm getting distracted by chat, and it's not high gameplay. So we're just going to kind of have to play it by ear if I get a game over screen or something. Now, I talked with some people in regards to the global plan. We might mess around with it in regards to Iberia, though not anytime soon. We might do Iberia. We also might do, what was the other one I was thinking? Actually, I think that was it. Yeah, we might do Iberia, but I guess they're going to work on this in the future, make it a little bit better. So we probably won't mess around with the global plans too much. It's going to be a political power sink anyway. Now, in regards to the domestic situation, because I didn't totally understand that, and yeah, just the general school of thought is, as it kind of says here when you look at the skilled labor thing, is you don't want there to be twice as many slaves, excuse me, laborers, skilled workers, than there are security, or else you're going to have problems. And it's pretty much impossible to keep everybody in order, at least initially in Burgundy. So what you kind of want to do is just concentrate the slaves in small areas so that at least the whole country is not going up in flames. So we're going to, I got to adjust my headphones. There we go. So we're going to try to maybe concentrate them up here in Flanders and Wallonia is what I'm thinking. And yeah, just try to keep this going. I might actually be too late to kind of fix things here in terms of the domestic situation, because apparently this is like day one stuff you got to do, and we're already almost 6 months into the game. Or really almost 5 complete months, this would be a more proper way of saying it. Anyway, we're going to start moving some people around. Okay, so like right here, we have Paris. Paris, the ratio is fine. In Kampen, there's too many laborers. We need to move some of them. So we're going to transfer. Let's see, we got to get it under like 2,400. So let's transfer. Wait a minute. What? Hold on. Am I clicking the wrong thing? Hold on. Oh, yeah. All right. We're going to go bottom to top. Or let's go over here to Normandy. Okay, Normandy, let's try to get the laborers under 3,000. So we got to move like 650 laborers. Yeah. So I think I do that. Or wait, how do I do that? Don't transfer any officers. There we go. Yeah, I do it like that. Okay. So then this, the labor ratio is fine. Here. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, we'll do that. This needs to come down. The limit of skilled laborers in the National Reserve is 4,000, so we can like add some in here. So they're going into the reserve. We can go put them somewhere else. So yeah, Picardin and Wallonia are going to get out of control pretty much. All right, how's this looking? No, we got to get that down. Do I have to like wait a day? What's going on here? Okay, we're done expanding the camps, but hold on. We have a bunch of laborers in reserve. I don't understand. Why can't we move some more of them into these areas? In any case, we have a lot of security in reserve. So we could do something like that. That sort of helps. Okay. There we go. That's getting better already. Down here. Too many laborers. That works. Okay. That's good. Over here, let's increase how many officers we have. Increase them here. Do we possibly actually get Wallonia under control? Maybe. Alright, looks like the police to worker ratio is better now. I think. Right. So we're done with the camps. Time to, well, we don't really have much of a choice, expand Project Gellerhorn. In war, every defeat is due to human error, inability to properly anticipate the enemy, and failure to prepare oneself have doomed dozens of kings and conquerors to the dustbin of history. We, however, should not be taken unawares. In the first days of the Ordensstaat, the Reichsfielder SS ordered the development of a nuclear early warning program called Warden. It was ultimately scrapped, but its infrastructure and resources can be reused for a greater purpose, not as a watcher, but as a harbinger. So this will increase. This is basically the nuclear stockpile will start increasing, and we're getting an event called Ultimate Salvation. You know what? Maybe we could. No, yeah, we're gonna let Flanders and Wallonia basically rot. Yeah, I think this works. Burgund, we're all right. Okay. Of course, we got a lot of skilled laborers in reserve now. Did I read this? We need skilled workers in our national reserve, and this will help with construction speed. What am I building right now? You know what? Let's just do it. Adolf Hitler, the bastardly excuse of a Führer that he is, who has so horribly dragged the Reich and all of the Vaterland into a pit of judo Bolshevik, probably supposed to say Bolshevikism, who so greatly insulted and berated us in our sidelining to the Ordensstaat after our attempted rise to power. Hold on, we'll keep reading this. Oh, hold on. So much stuff going on. Okay, let's read the decision. Rise to power has come forward once again to defy our dreams of a better world by surviving our attempted assassination of the elderly fool. While he sees his health fail further every waking second, the Reichsfielder SS has acknowledged the time has come to change prerogatives of the Ordensstaat. Today is the day in which we shift our focus from the small-scale clandestine operations to more bold moves in the world, categorized by the influence of the nuclear missile stockpiles throughout the globe and their ability to forward the plan of the Reichsfielder SS. No more shall this world stand knee-deep in the insulting pit of disgust and corruption that it rests in now, and no more shall we stand idle as every day more seeds of this corruption are sown into this earth at the very cost of this world in a rushing cloud of atoms if we have to. Okay, ultimate salvation. For years now, the Reich... Hold on. For years now, the Reichsfielder SS has closely monitored the progress of our nuclear arms program. Mass amounts of material and manpower have been smuggled and funneled into the country to make this dream a reality. The costs have been great. Thousands of slave laborers have died building the facilities as our scientists work day and night to refine our precious uranium. Keeping such a massive project secret from the rest of the world, and Germany in particular, has been almost as difficult as developing the weapons themselves. Secrecy has been of the utmost importance, for if this were to be exposed to the world, the consequences could have been catastrophic. Our efforts are finally coming to fruition. Soon the world shall shake in their boots when they discover that the Ordensstaat is no longer defenseless, and no longer will the Reich hold nuclear destruction over our heads. We will forge our own path, following the path laid out by the Reichsfielder SS. We will see this plan carried out at any cost, and there will be no interruptions at home by foreign powers. Soon we shall be untouchable. Black Market Raid. The men spoke in hushed tones, hats pulled low and jackets clenched tightly to their bodies, really tight, just tight. Oh yeah, really freaking tight. Sorry. Hold up. The filter thing landed on the keyboard and freaked out. Hold on. Just tighten Okay.
Even though they were sure they hadn't been followed by anyone, they never could shake the feeling that they were being watched. That was the worst part about these damnable SS thugs. At least under the Wehrmacht, a man could feel safe when he was indoors. Now nobody felt like they were truly alone, even in the privacy of their own homes, let alone surrounded by 24 other shady men making deals of their own. It was unnerving, to say the least. The man in the gray hat extinguished his cigarette, glancing around furtively as he dropped the butt on the ground. "Do you have it?" The man in the brown coat nodded, pulling out a thin package wrapped in brown paper and twine. "I expect the rest of your payment next Sunday." As he handed it off, the door suddenly burst open. Men in black uniforms and grey Stahlhelms flooded into the building, submachine guns aimed at the crowd before them. Many of the men in the building dropped to their knees, hands behind their heads in grim silence. A couple others frantically swallowed pills or the barrels of their pistol, preferring a swift end to whatever would await them in the camps. A couple tried to return fire, only to swiftly be cut down by the soldiers. 18 men were taken in custody for subversive activities, with 5 dead, 3 by suicide and 2 while resisting arrest. A successful raid for the SS all in all. The soldiers smiled as the men were loaded into the black vans, taking pride in having made the streets a bit cleaner. The people of Ost Paris can sleep a little easier tonight. Alright. So I'm trying to remember what it was that we were going for, because I've done a whole series in between when I recorded part 2 and then when I recorded this. Like a whole different series. Redouble re-education efforts, maybe. Drills of Waffen. We can boost security personnel effectiveness. That sounds good. The good Aryan always keeps his mind and body at peak condition. Wait, hold on. Spear points. Keeps the mind and body in good condition, never letting himself fall into the mores of compliance. The Waffen SS, which contains the strongest and most devoted Aryan soldiers the Reich has to offer, is no exception. Training must be frequent and rigorous to make sure that every soldier carries out his instructions exactly as ordered during the heat of battle. Oh, civil rights passed in 1962 in the United States. Training must be frequent and rigorous to make sure that every soldier carries out his instructions exactly as ordered during the heat of battle. The time to test their mettle will be soon, and we will not send forth an army of second-rate simpletons. Josias cuts us off. For decades, Josias zu Walken und Primant has served the SS loyally and used his recent promotion of Reichskommissar of Caucasian to funnel Reichsmarks and resources to the Ordensstaat's budget. Several within the Schneiderdienst have called Josiah's mental stability into question in recent years, but were dissuaded by the Reichsfielder SS's insistence that Josias was as devoted as ever. However, the skeptics were proven right today when Josiah's regular monetary deposit did not arrive. Usual back-channel communications were utterly silent. People began to suspect the worst until a Schickerheidstein spy was able to smuggle out a report. Josias had, in a fit of rage, abandoned the Reichsfielder SS. Apparently, he organized a lavish parade for an anticipated state visit from the Reichsfielder SS, but neglected to confirm whether his guest of honor could actually attend. Bizarrely believing this to be a betrayal, Josias then gave a speech denouncing the Ordensstaat as callous monsters and began purging the Kaukasische SS of all men not loyal to himself. It will take some time for the Schneiderdienst to rebuild their spy network and organize a retaliation, but the concerns of the budget are more pressing. Josias' slush fund was a valuable boon to the Ordensstaat's coffers, and its absence will be painfully felt in the bureaucracy. The SS main economic and administrative office shall be tasked with finding a stopgap method of balancing the budget, as well as long-term alternative sources of income. Get Paul on the line. Alright. Decisions available. Right. So, let's go ahead and activate Plan Condor, so we can screw around in Iberia. Commander! We are to proceed with the plan. The Reichsführer has organized action to act against our enemy. Read the given materials inside and decide as you see fit our next course of action. For the cause. SS Obergruppenführer Heinrich Müller. Time to take a look and prioritize our move. With the activation of the global plan, new actions become available to us. Completing national focuses and enacting decisions will progress our agenda considerably. So the global plans are supposed to just screw the world up, essentially. I don't know if we have to wait a day or something. Here we go. Global Plan Condor. So, the Iberian Union
is an unholy amalgamation of the two worst aspects of two subhuman tribes attempting to come together to overcome the inherent might of the Aryan man and his justified claim of dominion over the world. Hold on a second. Okay, so we have supply. I gotta pause when I read these. There's so many things popping up. Oswald Pohl rapped sharply on the Reichsfielder SS's door 3 times. Oh, whoops, I thought I was paused. As he always did, and stepped inside the Reichsfielder SS. There sat his old friend, shuffling some papers out of the way. Upon seeing his old friend, he stood up and gave a subdued smile and a curt nod, arguably the most warmth he showed any of his colleagues. "Ah, Oswald, good to see you. I trust you have the report on how to adjust our budget in the wake of Josias' indiscretion?" Pohl swallowed nervously, finding his throat drier than the Sahara. "Good to see you too, Reichsfielder SS. I've run the numbers and..." He choked up for a moment. This was the part he dreaded most. There's no way to balance the budget. The Reichsfielder SS's brow rose incredulously. "If I did not believe it, I would not be telling you. The numbers speak for themselves. Even if we received the money and resources from Josiah's black budget, it would still only delay the inevitable. Every year, every month, you add more items to the budget, and the sources of income continue to shrink. There's no French assets left to expropriate. There are no private German businesses to tax, and there is no sale of consumer goods whatsoever. I have been working with you for decades, Heinrich." Pohl silently cursed himself for lapsing into such informality. "But this is beyond my capability. Telling me to make this work is like telling a general to win a war with an army of empty uniforms. We need immediate and drastic reforms in order to keep things from spiraling out of control by the end of the decade. Otherwise, we'll face an economic catastrophe within the next 10 to 25 years. I'll begin drafting a proposal for your consideration post-haste." Good, the Reichsführer SS replied, dismissed. As he watched Pohl salute and walk out of the room, he almost felt a pang of pity for the poor man. Over 30 years of loyal service, all pissed away in a moment of cowardice. He picked up the phone and dialed the Schickheitsdienst and then began considering who in the WVHA could use a promotion. A shame, really. Oswald Pohl will disappear, so that's our economic minister over here, who's about to go bye-bye. Hold on, let's see here. Let's let a day go by. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so you now have Franz Novak, who's going to increase our production efficiency cap and infrastructure construction speed. Ah, perfect. That's what I'm working on right now, isn't it? Let's read now. Let's wait on the education efforts. Let's do ultimate deterrent here, but also let's read the Iberian thing that we just started. Try all they may, however, the dual dictatorship of the Spanish and Portuguese caudillos have resulted in the brightest example of their inability to rule, as every day their state suffers under their incompetence, vanity, and intolerableness. It is our duty to ensure that this appalling display of rulership sees its bitter end through the flame of Aryan supremacy, and in doing so drag the rest of the world into this bitter conflict. Whether it be the echo of a new war, the delivery of military-grade weaponry, or the support of reveling factions in this powder keg, the rest of the world must be forced to throw themselves into the midst of this explosion. So we're going to try to trigger a Spanish Civil War. And that's all there is to it, pretty much. Okay. You know what, can I maybe fix Normandy up? Or, yeah, Normandy's actually fine already. Okay. Invest politically and industrially. That'll give us supplies, cost us millions, increase our arms sales. I don't know. We probably won't do much with all of this when you get right down to it. So, anybody watching this, don't anticipate much. We're going to be focusing probably on internal stuff mostly. And of course, the German Civil War will be coming at some point. Oh, wait, what's this drilling troops thing? What's that? Where is that? You guys see that, right? It says that those are options available to me, and yet I do not see them. Where is that? Is that not a thing here? Where and how do we do that? Huh. Well, that seems like a problem, doesn't it? Strange. Oh, do I click here to do that? Drill troops. For 60 days, this will increase our command effectiveness. Oh, okay, so let's try to, I guess, drill them in Normandy, so we can, or here, and here. Okay, so I do it here on the actual map. Okay, that's fine. That's good, actually. Keeps this area clean. Uh-huh. So I don't know if that's going to actually help just secure the area, or if it's going to increase my loyalty, or what. We're at 54, we're at 78. Oh, there we go, yeah. Nice. Okay, so I guess that's what we have to do to make sure the areas stay loyal to me. So let's do it here in Meow as well. Okay. Right, so this gives me something to do with my command power since I'm not at war. We're only getting about a half a point a day, though. But each of these take 2 months, so we get 30. Alright, after this we're only going to be able to realistically do about 1 at a time then. Oh well. Oh, I didn't read the ultimate deterrent. Hold on. Let's do await the Vandenkrieg. This will help me with land doctrine. Yes, I do want that. Okay, so the ultimate deterrent. Yeah, we're going to create the bombs, basically. Over here, this is something with Heinrich, I think. When Odin and the Aesir waged war against the Vanir, the fighting did not result in one side's destruction, but instead in their mutual benefit. Their pantheons merged into one under the wise supervision of Odin, and a new era of peace was ushered in. The same is about to happen in the Reich. The Führer is on his deathbed. Chaos will soon reign, and only the firm might of Reinhard Heydrich's Deutschen SS can restore order. And when they have brought peace and unity to the Vaterland, the Reichsfielder SS will be there to guide them. So, in regards to that, from the Discord discussions, it's my understanding that if we actually help Heinrich win, he'll because of the way the AI acts right now, the Civil War, or not the Civil War, the nuclear war will be triggered and the game will end, which is a fun thing and all, but I want to explore more of the, Presidium, wait, what? In the madness of daring, we chant a song. Did, no, that's the People's Revolutionary Council. Never mind, I thought that was a different thing. I was getting that confused with Irkutsk. And there's the Guyana War. Anyway, what was I just saying? Something about the, yeah, but like, Heinrich does help us, so what we'll probably do when the German Civil War starts is we'll help Heinrich initially until he helps us back, but then we're going to pull out. Well, not pull out, but we'll just stop actually having our troops help him. It's my understanding that I will be able to, send help. Okay, what do we want? What do we need? What do we say? I guess let's do that. Because, yeah, I want to keep playing for years at a time, not just like a month after the Civil War ends. So we can see what's going on here. 41. I think the loyalty for my guys is going up a little bit. The stench of decadence. What should the proper SS man know about Germany? There is so much to talk about, but I will spare you much of the nit and grit, sir. You should know, however, this. You should, however, know this. Know that the German Reich is in its last days of existence. How, you may ask? I'll tell you how. Degeneracy, complacency, cronyism, fake Nazis who only join the party to advance themselves, a lack of true Aryan patriots, a pitiful lack of real Aryan men who have hearts of iron to do what is needed to be done. That's the name of the game! Ah! Anyway. How could a man of such conviction, Hitler himself, allow Jews, the plague of Europe, to continue to exist in our borders? Nazism is right. It is the only path for Aryans to tread. It is the only way to secure the existence of our people for the future to come. Yet the Reich has lost its way, and degenerates more and more, rotting from the inside. Only the Reichsfielder SS and us few in the SS have the will to give the Aryans their birthright to the world. Only us few follow the tenets of Nazism in its purest form, without compromise or luxury, while the pigs in the Reich feast upon the scraps their slaves make them. Their time will come. The Führer is the only person who holds that rotten structure together, and once he dies, an age of darkness will fall upon Germany, and it will be up to us to carry on the torch of purity and security for a truly Aryan future. Okay, the ultimate salvation. As of now, foreign nations leave us alone because we are technically part of the Reich. An attack on us would be an attack on the Pact. As Germany proper continues to rot, however, The Ordensstaat becomes more and more exposed, so naturally it is up to us to create our own deterrents. For years we have been in secret creating the infrastructure and means to produce our own atomic arsenal. Our first nuclear weapon is nearing completion. Soon all that will remain to be tested is the warhead. A successful detonation will ensure our place in the world, and keep the degenerates in Germania, the Jews in America, and the backstabbing samurai out of our affairs. No one will dare to intervene in the Ordensstaat while we have nuclear deterrents. Salvation, salvation, salvation is free. Alright, favor nuclear spending. They ended up reading this. Yeah, I did. So I guess we should work on the nuclear stockpile, right? Because right now we don't have one. Yeah, no, we are a non-nuclear power. So let's favor that spending. Do I want to deal with the construction? Yeah, sure, let's do that. It's taking all day just to get this freaking stuff in Ostparis done. So that's getting a little annoying. The Reichsfielder Birthday. There are a few events in the Ordensstaat that resemble public holidays. Old Christian holidays like Christian and Easter have been banned, as have any civic days honoring French or Belgian history. The closest thing, however, would have to be the Reichsfielder SS's birthday. The streets are lined with cheering civilians, almost entirely German settlers interspersed with the occasional French or Belgian collaborator. The avenues are filled with SS men, proud and strong, the true cream of the crop of the Aryan race. They carry high banners emblazoned with swastikas and Nordic runes, their torches burning bright despite the light of the day. A brass band plays SS Marchenscheid in Feindesland, the de facto anthem of the Ordensstaat, and the men march in perfect unison to the beat of the drums. The sound of celebration drifts over the river, much to the annoyance of the French puppet states leaders, and much to the delight of the Reichsführer SS. Though he is content with the scale of today's celebrations, he hopes that soon the sounds will be coming from both sides of the sign. Next year in West Paris. Excuse me. All right. So we're not paused. We are paused. Hey, San Marino. Do they have a focus tree? No. Okay, thank goodness. So now people won't bother me to do a San Marino World Conquest. Cue the San Marino World Conquest win comments down below. Alright, Guyana went down to America. Not too surprising when you get right down to it. Alpenland is trying to break away. This Charlemagne guy is annoying. The Reichsführer SS silently disembarked his helicopter filled with the nervous excitement of a child waking up on Christmas morning. Except it's been banned, so it should be a child on the Reichsführer's birthday. He wrung his hands as he stood in the elevator. Had a bit of a skip in his step as he strode down the underground hallways and nervously fiddled with a pen as he stood in the observation room. Today was a day of momentous importance for the Ordensstaat and the world as a whole. Everyone in the room knew it. There was no room for error. The countdown began, and the room became filled with an almost electric energy. Scientists flipped switches, viewports were closed, and high-speed cameras were switched on. As the countdown grew closer, beads of sweat began to form on the Reichsführer SS's brow. Was the ambition of a decade finally about to be realized? The countdown finally neared its end. 3, 2, 1. For a split second, a flash of light seeped through the edges of the viewport's shutters, briefly lighting up the room. A low rumbling roar was heard, crescendoing every second, rattling the computers and shaking dust from the ceiling, until it suddenly ceased. The viewports were slowly opened, and the Reichsführer SS eagerly rushed to look outside. There, framed between two mountains, was the unmistakable silhouette of a mushroom cloud. Something tugged at the corner of the Reichsführer SS's lips. And for what felt like the first time in years, Himmler smiled, and just babies broke out in weeping all across the country. Let's see. So now we have a single weapon. We're awesome. The journey begins. Has Burgundy finally done it? The Swiss Seismological Service has issued a press release with worrying news. Last night, their headquarters in Zurich noticed a... Okay, Zurich's... wait, where's Zurich? Zurich's over here, though. Anyway, noted a seismological event somewhere in the Burgundian Jura that lasted 4 seconds and reached 4.6 on the Richter scale. Due to the lack of aftershocks, they concluded that this is, quote, not natural activity, but likely a man-made incident. Several Swiss radiologists have also reported a spike in airborne radiation equivalent to a mild nuclear meltdown or an atomic air blast. Governments worldwide have arrived at one conclusion. The Burgundians have successfully tested a nuclear device, twice as strong as the one dropped on Pearl Harbor in 1945. With the shadow state remaining tight-lipped as ever, the news will likely never be confirmed. Still, it seems that 1962 will be remembered as a dark point in history, the year Burgundy ascended to the ranks of nuclear powers. Wunderbar. Alright, so yeah, we're still having a little trouble dealing with these guys. Ist und Problem. There we go. Yeah, keep those laborers down. Alright. How's it going down here? Whoa, way too many laborers in this area. Let's increase the officers. Okay. Much better. Where else? Okay, a minor setback. There's news of another obstacle. Pursuant to our current global objectives, we've been focusing our resources on spreading the influence and disruptive capabilities of our agents worldwide. However, we have temporarily exhausted our ability to fund and arm these endeavors. That means for the moment our progress on this global plan will be haunted until we have gathered the materials to proceed. Furthermore, this will disrupt our supply chain and unleash a small amount of political instability. Nevertheless, this should not be considered any significant threat to our long-term success, as the will of the Aryan and unstoppable body of the SS will see us through as always. No doubt the next missive that reaches you will report only of our endless march towards victory and the incredible accomplishments by our agents in the field against our treacherous foes. Hail Himmler! This must be fixed at once, so people are becoming disillusioned with our regime. Son of a bitch. Don't like it. I don't like it. Now, apparently it's going to take years before I could truly stabilize this, so we're going to have to just keep this up for a while. Yeah, I think Flanders and Wallonia is just going to have to go. Logistically, we are short on armored personnel carriers. We're only building half of one a day. It's going to take 2 years to fill this up. Goodness gracious. You know what, maybe... Let's look at the economy here. I could use a few more civilian factories. Nope, that didn't really help at all, did it? Alright. Means to an end. Yeah, so this is going to redouble the stuff, so that should have helped fend things off a little bit. But we can do factory output at the cost of skilled workers. The Ordensstaat has one purpose and one purpose alone. We are the body that enforces the Reichsfielder SS's will. Nothing more, nothing less. Our purpose is not to construct a nation-state, nor is it to Aryanize the natives. The Reichsfielder SS's vision is one far grander than establishing a single enclave of racial purity atop a Gaelic cesspit. And after all, local vermin may have a role in its fulfillment. Minor setback, this is another thing, has to be fixed at once. Oh my gosh. Is this because I'm not creating supplies for it or something? Let's come up here. Let's invest politically and financially. And, yeah. Automatically purchase one supply at each month, costing 200 workers and 20 PP each month. No supplies will be purchased if you cannot afford the cost. Alright, yeah, let's do that. Industrially, financially, and industrially. Yeah, let's do that too. But I wish it showed, where does it actually show how many supplies I've got? I don't know. Okay, well, we can now work more in down here. Now this is becoming a problem. Compen, right? Yeah, Compen is a bit of an issue. There we go. I'm fine with killing the slaves. That means there's less of them that could potentially ride us up, so we'll keep dumping it over here into the Iberian Union. Oh gosh, I just realized how long this episode has gone. Okay, we'll stop it there for now. I'm Conquering History Games. Thank you very much for joining me. And in the next episode, we are going to get to the Die Inzug Hoffnung, which will get rid of our adjusting to new goals national spirit, which will give us some stability and war support back, though I will miss the daily political power gain. And then presumably it'll open up more of a focus. Oh my gosh, how long has this been here? Oh, wow, there's this thing here I haven't been doing. No wonder there's been problems. I haven't been doing anything here. Huh. Well, shit. Okay, so I'll have to try to remember that's there next time. I'm Conquering History Games, and I'll see you then.